This is Matt from MGMT Boston. On this episode of Lantern, we are at Glasswing Ventures today on Newberry Street to meet with Pete Martin, the co-founder and CEO of Realm.Security. Realm.Security just raised a Series A, but this is an awesome company that you all in Boston need to know about. So Pete, thanks so much for joining us. What are you and your team building?
First thing, thanks for having me.
Of course.
So the market we're in is security data pipeline. The easiest way to think about it is we help security teams collect a ton of information and make best use of it. One of the number one outcomes of using our product is cost reduction. That's the skinny of what we do.
Now, you've been hard at work growing very quickly to start. I think the company's like 18 months old, maybe almost 2 years old.
Yep.
So what is happening as we think about the fall of 2025 into the end of the year and even the start of 2026? What's going on inside of your startup?
When we started, it was more or less a PowerPoint slide deck. We had to have our heads down, build product for 9 months. And then we went and proved out that people needed it. And so we were very fortunate to sign our initial customers, and we've been growing 300% quarter over quarter.
Awesome.
From a revenue perspective. And so we're really kicking off building that go-to-market, building the sales team. As you mentioned, we just raised Series A. And so most of that's going toward go-to-market, but we're also continuing to double down on product engineering and our AI strategy.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you've been lucky over your career to work at some awesome cybersecurity organizations here in Boston. So what have you learned, both from Realm.Security and your career prior, that you would share with other builders in the Boston community?
Oh man, lucky is to say the least. So I had the privilege of working at Rapid7, which is a very well-known local Boston cybersecurity company, and then Carbon Black. The number one thing I always say to people is just think really hard about who you follow in your career and who you can learn from.
Sure.
And I'd say the other thing for me, I started as a salesperson. And then over time, I just tried to get exposed to as many different skill sets in different uncomfortable situations, not in a bad way, but they're just uncomfortable because they're new. And just try to be as complete as a business person as I could be. So yeah, follow good people and just pursue discomfort, as uncomfortable as that is.
That's great advice. Now, last but not least, how can we help Realm.Security here in Boston and beyond as you think about the next few months?
The great thing about Boston is the ecosystem is super strong. And so we've taken the strategy of owning our backyard from a sales and go-to-market perspective. And so a lot of our customers are local. But I'd say reaching out, getting in touch with other founders is definitely an area of interest. I mean, I'm first-time founder, first-time CEO. And so any chance to learn from somebody who's done it before is a blessing. I'd say the other thing, anyone who works in cybersecurity, obviously we want customers, but we're also just super hungry for feedback. And I'd say my number one concern is making sure we don't spend expensive engineering time building things that won't actually solve real problems. And so if any of your listeners or anyone that comes across this is in security, we'd love to talk to you.
This is Pete Martin, the co-founder and CEO of Realm.Security. Congrats on the Series A. Matt from MGMT Boston, this episode of Lantern. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.